Over to Rawley Gilbert.
Thank you, John. Yes, a great racing prospect here. This Group 1 General Accident 1,000 guineas, nearest to us, Aldbourne with the diamond jacket. Ensconced, the 7-4 favourite, Musical Bliss, 100 to 30, past the piece, 7-2, and it's 10-1 bar these three. The first two favourites, both owned by Sheikh Mohammed, as of course also is Carrera. So the Sheikh, three representatives out of the 7. And one of the handlers there in the stalls joined by another. Just trying to see which horse that is. It looks like Bequest. It is. It's Bequest, the only one, in fact, interestingly enough, of the 7 not trained here at Newmarket. Well, Bequest was, in fact, led all the way down to the start. That's it. She jumps on leaving the stalls and loses a length or 2. And they're away in the 1,000 guineas with Aldbourne, and there's no pace on at all. In fact, you could imagine it was almost a full start. They were all taking a real strong hold, and now it's Musical Bliss, who's been allowed to stride along in front. And she's gone on a good 2 lengths up on the rest, headed by Pass a Piece in second place. At the end of just over a furlong, Aldbourne settled in 3. Mubub comes next in 4. Then all together at the back of the field are the favourite Ensconced with Carrera. And finally last to the 7 is Bequest. But still taking them along is Musical Bliss in the 1,000 guineas at the end of the first quarter of a mile, followed by Pass a Piece in second place, rather similar colours from that angle. In third is Aldbourne. They've completed 3 furlongs now, and it's still Musical Bliss under Walter Swinburne making it from Pass a Piece. Aldbourne very prominent as well. The rest are tightly bunched up behind, with the present back marker now just Carrera. That's the order in the 1,000 guineas. Here's Graham.
So it's Musical Bliss in the lead, Aldbourne on the right as we look at it. Pass a Piece with the hoop cap, Bequest on the far side, in behind them Mubub. Ensconced has got the white cap, Carrera the black cap, but it's Musical Bliss out in front, doing it the hard way, past the 3 in the lead. Pass a Piece comes under pressure, niggled along. On the left as we look at them in the dark jacket, that's Bequest. In behind them, Carrera looks for room, Mubub, Ensconced still last, but going well. Musical Bliss finds more. They accelerate down into the dip. Musical Bliss in the lead from Pass a Piece. Bequest in the brown jacket, Carrera black cap. Aldbourne, here comes Ensconced on the outside, not in the picture at the moment. They come inside the final furlong. Musical Bliss, Carrera on the far side, up towards the line. Musical Bliss from Carrera. It could be a Michael Stout 1-2. Musical Bliss, Carrera from Aldbourne and Ensconced. Then came Pass a Piece, followed by Bequest and Mubub. And so the result of this General Accident 1,000 guineas, it's a win for number 6, Musical Bliss, a daughter of the minstrel, doing things the hard way from the front. This one owned by Sheikh Mohammed, as was the vast, well, 3/7 of the field. But this one's trained at Newmarket by Michael Stout, ridden by Walter Swinburne. Musical Bliss at 7-2 has laid the bogey for Michael Stout in this 1,000 guineas. The one race that eluded him, and just to force the issue home, he had the second horse for good measure, number 4, Carrera, also owned by Sheikh Mohammed. Third horse home, number 1, Aldbourne. Photo for third, in fact. The judge called a photo for third.
Well, the 1,000 guineas may be the youngest of our 5 classic races, but I don't think in the early stages they could have ever gone as slowly as they did through the first furlong or so. And Walter Swinburne, who's on a good filly, has been able to dictate matters and put the pressure on when he wanted. And look here, as we join it now, they're all quickening, all under pressure, but when you've got start, John, you've got an advantage.
Certainly Walter's in the best position, and in a way Pat Edery on Carrera was in the worst position, but he had to be there because in order to settle the hard-pulling Carrera, he had to drop her out last. Now he's pulled wide, and from here on in, she's gaining with every stride on her stable companion. Pass the Piece can't do any more, nor can Bequest. But over on the far, nor can Ensconced, who's not quite in the picture at the moment, but over on the far side, Carrera's gaining with every stride, but Musical Bliss isn't stopping either. In fact, she's running on as she meets the hill and holds on really well.
Oh, she holds on really well, and I suppose she'll be an interesting contender for the Oaks. But when you think Carrera's also hung as well, look at Walter Swinburne punch the air in triumph.